Buenos dias. Okay, so I want to come over here and get some quick energy because I had some realizations about last night. So I don't know if anybody caught my TikToks, but I had a day from hell last night. And it's funny because, like, as I'm processing the situation, like, it made me think about what I had said about people not allowing, they're not working with this, and this. Because when I finally got out the car and went in there and paid for the tab, clearly he had some type of ego bruising, you know what I mean? Because of the fact that he didn't trust that I actually paid for the bill. Like, it was really weird. Y'all, my face probably peeling, so don't worry about that. And I'm like, why don't you just go in there and see if I pay? He's like, no, because you're just going to drive off and I don't want to. So it gave me like, this has happened to him before. So like he was trying to like make sure he didn't like this didn't happen again. Like that's the energy that I got from it because it was just kind of like, why can't you like if I already gotten out the car and it reminds you, he said he was gonna call the police. And I don't know if he did that like in a threatening way, but he did it like threatening to call the police on me doesn't scare me. You know what I'm saying? Like call the police because I don't lack integrity. Like and it's funny because the Bible verse that we closed with yesterday was about integrity because I told y'all I did think about driving off because he really did make me mad. But then something said, you know what, just pay for it because, you know what I'm saying, I'm just not that type of person. And I got wine. Like I didn't get anything like major. Like I got wine and I got some wings and I didn't even eat the wings. So I told him to take it off. But it was just so funny because you're the same person that tried to like make things a big deal. And I should have took that as a red flag. And it's funny because the fourth house, the fourth house is about home, right? And I told y'all that the signs that were actually like switching because they don't have any sister signs that in the same planet. Did y'all hear that? That crow? This is what I'm talking about. So cancers are in Capricorn energy of like seriousness and structure and reputation. I'm telling y'all, the crow is literally like, yes, yes, yes. Tell them this. This is coming up because we're about to have Mercury. Mercury's still in Capricorn, and Pluto in Capricorn is doing something. Either next week or this week. No, I think it's next week. Hold on, cause y'all, when I tell you that man made me so mad. And I could tell that I was when at the beginning I was in my old Cancer energy, right, where I'm like trying to be like, you know what I'm saying, trying to be calm, trying to be peaceful, like not trying to like cause any type of like riffraff or nothing. But when I tell y'all like my Capricorn energy clipped in and it stepped in real fast because I started to get very vicious with the words that I was saying, and I had to tell God to forgive me. And it was funny because I had just seen a TikTok and it was like me listening to the gospel after I just told him nigga he needs to unalive himself. I said, now TikTok was trying to show me what was about to happen before it happened. I said, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, so this conjunction is happening. So Mercury enters Aquarius in 2 days, okay? So this is when I was telling you about like leave shit on the playground. So this is when you're going to have to truly and honestly understand at what point are you not holding yourself accountable. Okay. So like I could have easily just been enraged with everybody, you know what I'm saying, projecting my attitude and energy onto everybody, which I kind of did to the girl. And I told her I didn't mean to. So, I wanted to make sure she understood. But understanding when like to the police officers, I wasn't rude at all because of the fact of it was nothing to be rude to them about. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the one that's over here acting like, you know what I'm saying, very, very insecure. You know what I'm saying? You're acting very insecure because first of all, the tab was less than $30. Like you clearly were triggered because I was ready to go based off your actions. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have any self-awareness to realize what you actually did to even upset me. You know what I mean? And that's where this energy is coming from because people were in Capricorn energy of trying to boost up their authority. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like there's a flip in the collective right now. Those that were learning like those, while Mercury has been in Capricorn, people have been learning how to be a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more, more like home is where the heart is, even by the way that they communicate with people. You know what I'm saying? Just having a little bit more like just empathy with people. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be more understanding of a situation and trying to gain some self-awareness. But what I'm telling y'all what happened is people didn't switch over. So those that didn't switch over, they stayed in this energy of like wanting to, I told y'all, like enforce their power, enforce their authority over others, and they're losing their shit. Okay, because logically, I told you you're gonna look crazy. When I told the police officer that I had already paid for it, he was like, "So what's the problem?" I'm like, "I don't know. He won't leave." He's like, "Well, I just want a receipt." You could have just went in there and got the receipt. I said, I tried to give him the money so he could pay for it himself. And he's talking about, "I'm not your maid." Your ego is that bruised that you want proof that somebody paid for something. So why don't you just take the money that they're giving you for you to go pay for it? So at least you have the proof. So you want me to go get the receipt so you can feel comfortable about what you want me to pay for. And it's funny because I was fine up until the point of like the threatening for the police. Like it was like he needed things to help him reinforce of his power. It was $30. Like the more I think about the situation, the more I'm just like, bro, like the very moment red flags happen, I have to go. I have to go because people right now are trying to assert themselves in the dating world. They're trying to assert themselves in entrepreneurship in the business world. They're trying to insert themselves in things that they don't necessarily have the understanding, the heart, the compassion, the patience, the you know what I'm saying, the self-awareness to do that. Because we're closing out the being. A lot of people they're not what they are to be. You're not that. And see, it's causing a riffraff because when you look at, hold on, because it's funny, it's just so funny how that shit happened last night, because it makes me also make you guys understand that your thoughts and your thoughts and your words code a domino effect. He did something early in the day and I heard in my head, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. So either you gonna handle it or we gonna handle it. But I guess I didn't handle it fast enough, so they handled it. Even with other dates that I've been going on, like they'll do something and in my head, I'm just like, this ain't gonna work. But I'm in that Cancer of like being empathetic, being understanding, trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, find the middle ground. And they just kept saying, see, this is when Cancers have to go into Capricorn energy of seriousness, reputation, thinking of the long term, the structure behind it. If it's not structured right, it's not going to work. Those that were, I'm trying to tell you, that's why I told y'all Cancers, all of a sudden you were going to see Cancers being more serious, and you were going to see more Capricorns being very more lighthearted, being more open, being more, graceful, but they just were going to be careful who they were graceful with. Hold on, let me go to the thing. So if your mind says it's not going to work, it's not going to work. So watch what you say. Like if you go into a job interview and you like, this ain't gonna work. And then, you know what I'm saying, you like, but I'm gonna just, try to stay and figure it out. No, no, no. I'm trying to tell you it's not gonna work. They're gonna remove it. Because the closer we get to this Mercury in Aquarius, it's the more the logic of the mental stability it brushes in, because you can't lead based off emotions when you're trying to set the bar with things and set the tone. Like I just seen a girl on TikTok. It was so funny. She was like, if a man says he wants to go on a coffee date with you, don't go. Set the bar. This is what I meant by setting the standards. That's what I told y'all yesterday about, like, tell somebody what you want. If they don't do it, go get another one. I don't like people with dogs. I don't know why I try to date this guy with a dog. Like, baby, it's not going to work. I'm never going to come over there. You know what I'm saying? Your dog is literally like your support animal. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. And it's not for you, because basically the energy has been where people have been semi-settling and trying to go into situations thinking they can change the outcome of what the actual core of the situation is. I just heard God say, quit trying to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. You're choosing to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. It was 10:10 as I looked up. You're choosing to put yourself in a very uncomfortable situation. Oh, it's funny. I had to clean that off. Uncomfortable, fuzzy, blurry. Hold on. All right, so boom. The being says conscious self-formulation, self-realization, self-awareness, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you a lot of people are lacking. Because in the cancer one, I told y'all the cancer is the instinct, the conditioning, the action reaction mechanisms, the environment mastery. When I tell y'all the way this energy is going, that's why things are happening so rapidly. Like, it's happening so rapidly. And I'm trying to tell y'all, like, people not getting too many chances. Like, they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking to somebody and they have a lack mentality and you don't have that lack mentality. All of a sudden, it's just like, phew. Because you have 89 days of freedom. You can't clog. I told you, people can clog up your subconscious mind. If you're not attracted to somebody and you try your best to be attracted to them, it's not going to work. I'm trying to tell y'all, the way the energy is going just like that. Because, once again, the secret power of speaking God's word. I think the secret power is how fast things can move. Eight of Swords, again. Let's go in depth with this Eight of Swords. Yep. So, what I feel like from this Eight of Swords is it's the mental entrapment of the subconscious settling. Because with the Page of Swords here, this is like a new information, new download. And then the Ten of Cups is the community of people around you. And then the Hermit is what you would attract. Every lesson or everything that's been unfolding this last couple of days up until we get to the Mercury, like, because Mercury in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn, they say like that's the last conjunction that they'll have or something. So like I felt like anything from the 11th, which is funny that that's the 11th day, I feel like anything from that is like, that's why they kept saying leave it on the playground, because that's it. And since the full moon was bringing a lot of confidence, and you were supposed to be confidently strutting your shit into environments that you felt you deserved to be in, because that's your being. This is a lot of cards, but let's take them. Told you. King of Cups is emotional maturity. Grounded. You know, let me get specific words. With the Four of Wands, they come together. The masculine energy of you is in flow. The feminine energy of you is in logic. This goes back to what I told you about how the mother, she was going to stop being so emotional and she was going to be more structured, and the father was actually going to be the one that's more like comforting, and you know what I'm saying, supportive, and you know what I'm saying, like understanding and like loving, and just want to explain things, and you know, being like very emotionally like grounding. And it brought together when they come together, they create this. This is the goal. This is the goal of seeds being planted. You know, look at this. Look at him coming out. Both feminine energies, both masculine energies are in feminine energy. Because another thing that I'm recognizing is this says conscious. What people are consciously doing. You know, there's this energy where people don't believe what they're doing in the physical. Hold on, wait, let me make sure I'm saying that right. Like, people don't realize that their trauma is like happening in the physical. They don't realize that, like, you know what I'm saying, like they're allowing their past to happen, and it's like it's happening in the physical. I don't know, just keep saying it's happening in the physical. So like where you're supposed to be more like open and, you know what I'm saying, more flirtatious. Like I've been trying to tell y'all, like just try shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like go on a date with, and you know what I'm saying, or go on a date if you're, go on a date with different people. You know what I'm saying? But like understanding, it's crazy because I actually had a date with one of these and he was more upfront with these than this one, and it was crazy. Like he was like, so I know you said you do this, so therefore it's just like, is this really gonna work? And I was like, no, it's not. People are in the energy where they're allowing their past to happen in the physical where that is not supposed to be. So these two positions are swapped. So is their masculine energy is in a lack of emotional maturity and like understanding and flow of confidence of the emotions, and then their feminine energy is in this like narcissistic, like closed off, manipulative way of trying to get the outcome that they want. It's in reverse. I'm telling you, I just keep hearing one don't work, get another one. That one don't work, get another one. That's everything that's happening right now because it's so fast. Things are being produced so fast. You say something, it happens. That's why I kept trying to tell y'all, say that shit. Put that shit in the air. Four of Pentacles. Holding close to your morals and values is a big thing. Your morals and your values is a big thing. It's creating a domino effect because it's telling the universe to match you. Because you see how she's calling this in? It's telling the universe to match you. Because it's like, you remember I told y'all that if it don't work, it's not for you to fall, it's for you to jump over. That's what's happening, whether you realize it or not. You holding on to your morals and values is creating a domino effect to where you literally just doop, 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 doop. But see, those that are trying to hold close to their morals and values, and then they're having, like, they're not jumping over obstacles, they're falling through, it's because their heart isn't open to being free. That's what I'm trying to tell you. People are showing their triggers and their traumas in action. Where things can be solved with communication, they rather not do that. Like they rather just escalate things because they really want to like they want to like really pump up their chest. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. Remember, they're not the ego. What did I say? It's fucking people up. And others of people is having you move through things very quickly. Things are happening, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you say you don't like something, all of a sudden God just fixes this out the way. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not even gonna worry about it anymore. There's this energy of like, you don't have to worry. Remember I told y'all that the song that I had channeled the other day? I told y'all I got stressed from this, but I didn't get, like, the Nine of Swords means stress, but I didn't get stressed from it. Because there is this covenant with God. That's why you feel abundance. Look, Nine of Swords, Two of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So all this devilish shit don't bother you. Look. You walk away like, okay, bye. To Judgment and then the Moon. And then another thing was, I think it was interesting that the full moon was Sunday. Yesterday was the last day of the Mercury retrograde post shadow. So things weren't gonna continue to start anyway. All that was a pre-trial. Oh my God, that makes my feelings so hurt. Not all that was a pre-trial. Look, the Page of Wands to the Lovers. Not all of that was a pre-trial. Because it's funny, the other day I had channeled We Are the Champions. And I've made some mistakes. Hold on, I got to read this because when I post this to the public, I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence but committed no crime. In bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of saying kicked in my face, but I've come through. 2020. Damn. You know what I just heard? How did it feel to be in new energy? Like, how did it feel to be in control of your energy? That's why I said people that were struggling last week, look, Five of Swords, the Tower, Eight of Wands. How did it feel to be in new energy? Mind-boggling, huh? Look at this. The Emperor and Injustice. Look at this shit. How did it feel? I just keep hearing somebody say, how did it feel to be in new energy? People that were struggling last week, bro, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Cause like, what are you missing? What are you really? What aren't you releasing? Why are you working so hard energetically? Like, remember I told y'all that a lot of people were just really comfortable with retrogrades. You need to ask yourself: was I comfortable in retrograde? I asked for an energy. I mean, I asked for a song the other day about what I needed to hear, and I heard "comfortable," and it was by Lil Wayne. Don't you ever get too comfortable. And I remember another day I channeled songs and that song came on and Too Comfortable. And I kept hearing, bitch, don't get too comfortable. They literally came on back to back. It was Lil Wayne's Comfortable and then it was Future's Comfortable. And they all about like, don't get too comfortable. You know why you don't need to get too comfortable? Because this was just a preview. This ain't even, that was nothing. I just heard God say that was nothing. You thought that was something. That's nothing. Because remember I told y'all that a lot of y'all going to new environments. So if you thought that was something in this environment, wait till you get to the next stop. That's when it actually becomes more fun. That's when it actually becomes more exciting. That's where you got to use more discernment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this was a test of discernment. I do. And to see if you were going to be open to doing things. And how you handle them. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I know yesterday was a test for me. And like I said, I failed that test. I did. I failed the test. Well, I feel like I failed and I passed. I failed the part of not listening to my intuition at the beginning of the day and just leaving. But I passed because I didn't drive off. I actually did go pay. Like, seriously, I did. Like, I'm not going to deal with this. Because money's not the problem. Like, it was you, but I'm not going to allow your actions to control how my integrity. I'm not going to let you affect my reputation as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to do that. At the end of the day, I act with integrity. I act with, you know what I'm saying, with respect to myself. And if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I said I was going to pay, I paid. You're the one that's doing all this extra shit. And remember I told y'all Capricorn, when I was like, you doing all this extra shit, you stupid bitch. Not to call people stupid bitches, but you're doing all this extra shit for no fucking reason. And you need to be healing. So many people show that they are not healed. Look, God. We're not perfect. We are not perfect. I am not perfect. I am not perfect. I have not gotten out of character like that in forever. And I normally don't get out of character. But I think it was triggering for me because of the fact of you are allowing your ego right now to really, really, really do the most. Like, that's pissing me off. And so, yes, I was very upset. And I told God to please forgive me. Seriously, I really did. I told God, I said, I'm so sorry I talked to one of your children like that. I'm so sorry. I'm not perfect. I'm not. But there is no buts. The mouth speaks what the heart is full of. My heart is not full of cold, so I should have never spoke like that. Seriously. But I was very angered. And so my heart was full of anger, and I spoke with anger. And I told God to please forgive me. Because even though I didn't stoop down to his level, of like seriously like saying what I really wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? This is when I'm thankful that I don't use my gift for like evil, because like I really wanted to bring up things that I didn't need to bring up, and I didn't. I just steady called him the names that I needed to call him, because that's exactly how he was acting. You know, I didn't allow my anger to get the best of me and run him over with my car, hit him, throw money at him, nothing. But the words that came out my mouth were very powerful. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And it's funny because everybody, like, I told my friend, and my friend was on the phone. He heard him. He was like, bro, like, he's really wilding right now. He was like, I heard you pay for it. I'm like, exactly. And you know what's so crazy? I really feel like that's why God had my partner call me, so somebody could actually hear that I did the right thing on everything. Even though I was wrong for cussing that man out like that, I promise you, I do feel like that. I felt like God had somebody on the phone with me as I went to go pay, because he literally was trying to make it seem like I didn't pay. It was like God was like, I'm going to send you a witness. He heard the entire thing. He called, he heard the entire thing. I stayed on the phone with him when the police came and everything. Like, y'all don't think God be working. We do. And I felt like it was a lesson for both of us, because you just did all that in front of everybody, showing like you just showed your character. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're tripping over $30 because a woman felt disrespected. You know what I'm saying? She felt disrespected from you, and she wanted to leave, and now you're like, oh, you need to pay for your bill. And I felt like it also showed my character, of the fact of that I am a little irate. Yes, I can be very irate, but because you're doing too much. But I also felt like it showed my thing about integrity and how I don't let men treat me anyway. Because they asked me, did I go pay for it? I'm like, yes. They went in there and they confirmed I did pay for it. So the amount of time that he spent trying to make it seem like I'm the problem, you're actually the one causing the problem. Why didn't you just move out in front of the car? You see what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm going to take my ownership of the fact that I cussed that man out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take ownership of it, because that was allowing the old version of my anger come out of me, because I have control over my emotions. I do. So I shouldn't have let that happen. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Next time, I know better. At the very moment I don't feel this is going to work in my head, when I hear it, I need to exit the situation. Instead of just trying to be compassionate, trying to be empathetic, and trying to be understanding. There's nothing to be understanding about somebody's negative energy or somebody's ego. There's nothing to be understanding about that. And it doesn't mean you put up with it. Seriously. Like, I think that's something that God wants everybody to understand. The magician card coming out, that's what God wants you to understand. You don't have to put up with that. But see, if I would have left, I would have never had to deal with that situation. But I didn't, and that's why I got into the situation I did, and it's okay. Got my energy all hot and bothered, you know? That's just a really big thing that I'm hearing, and y'all gonna need that over the next couple of weeks. Mercury in Aquarius is gonna cause a lot of confrontation. And you're gonna have to think outside of your ego and other people's ego. No, God says outside of their ego. Because he wanted me to do so much to prove that I had paid for it, instead of him just walking in there and just seeing if I paid for it. Because you didn't want it to fall back on you. So if you didn't want it to fall back on you, why didn't you just take the money and go in there? But see, you felt like somebody was trying you. I'm telling y'all gonna have to, you're gonna have to step over people's ego. Thank you for confirmation. You're gonna have to step over people's ego. Because they're triggered. They're not processing through their triggers. So you can allow yourself to get agitated based off of how they're acting, or, you know what I'm saying, based off their response. And that's what God is trying to tell you not to do. I can learn from my mistake. I can say when I was wrong. Hold on. It even says here, Mercury enters Aquarius. Thoughts become more future focused as we plot out how we make the world a better place. No idea is too bizarre right now, though it may raise a few eyebrows. Don't be afraid to change your mind over the next couple of weeks. Although it might have a little bit of a little bit of a negative energy between you and somebody because you're sticking up for yourself and you're telling them what it is. Oh well, you know what I'm saying? You know how to articulate yourself, so just do it. Because Venus in Pisces is conjuncting Neptune in Pisces. It says a sentimental aspect that allows us to romanticize our dreams. However, we will be a little tender and feelings can be easily shattered by careless people. Okay. This is the wrapping up of your reputation of how you speak and how you think. So if you don't think in an authoritative position of what makes sense, I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna have a very hard time. And then Mercury is Gemini and Virgo. So where we were in so since Mercury's in Aquarius, that means that we're gonna be in Leo energy. This is why I'm saying people's ego. Look, that was a lesson and also something to share with y'all so y'all can understand the whole situation, because I'm telling you, it made me think of Love Don't Cost a Thing, where he got too above his britches and she outed him the truth, and then he thought everybody was gonna side with him, and everybody's like, nobody's siding with your dumb ass. That's exactly how that shit happened last night. Like, calling the police, making it seem like, oh, I had just ran up a bill, and then the police get there and they find out that the shit was only like less than $30, and it really happened because of the fact of you disrespected me and I left. Nobody really cares. Now you look crazy. Next week, beware of those that need to beware of those that they, because you know what it is. Thank you, Spirit. It's killing people's sense of control. Thank you. This is killing people's sense of a control of a person, control of a situation. Control is killing their thing of control. That is exactly what's happening. Because as I look to see all the things that are happening between, what's today? Starting the new week on Saturday. That's when Mercury goes in Aquarius. From the 11th to the 18th, all next week. Be aware of those that need a bigger sense of control. I told you they're losing their power. Aquarius season was all about that. It was about the 4th, the 8th, and the 11th house. People are losing their power for their sense of home because other people are standing on their own pedestal. They feel challenged. Where people normally do what they say, they feel challenged. And I told y'all, people that try to gain control, and because they've been weak in other lifetimes, when you're already in control, it makes, look, I know this message was a little bit like all over the place, but I'm trying to tell you because that's how the energy felt. And I was just like, why do I need to record this? And why do I need to share this story? And I took it off TikTok because of the fact of I don't want that energy on my page. Yeah, I needed to share that with y'all because we homies and shit, but I don't want that energy on my page. I don't want that energy on my page. Because that's not even how I conduct things. I've never had a bad date, but I feel like that was what I needed to see because yesterday was Tuesday, Mars. And it was also like you understanding how people are going to be a witness. Like people are going to hear it. Like, so you're not going to have to, like, I'm telling you, those that are already in power, you don't have to do too much. Those that are in an authoritative position of how they think and how they speak and how they act of integrity, they don't have to do too much. Just look. Y'all need to watch that shit, bro. Because when I tell you, Buddy did the most, like, threatening all that shit. Like, after he was literally just scared of the police, and now you threaten me with the police because he thought that was going to scare me. Like, seriously. And when I wasn't scared or bothered by it, and I wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't like backing down, like, still cussing him out and going back and forth. Like, he really thought it was going to be like no, don't worry. No, I'm cussing you out because you're really acting like this. Like, you're acting like a bitch. I called him sassy and everything. I did. I told the police that too. But see, what he thought was that when the police got there, that I feel like what he thought was like, I was going to still be irate and like up in his face. Like I don't think he wasn't ready for words. And he also feel like I don't think he was ready for me to actually go get the police. Because why would somebody that did something wrong go get the police? And I'm calling him scary and everything. And I stayed there while the police was there. Like, I didn't try to leave or anything. I stayed there so they can prove that. Like, why the fuck would I do that? You're a weirdo. People need to control. Like, as he talking to the police, I'm cussing him out. He's like, you see, like, see nothing. You're really wild. Look, the old soul, the black jaguar, walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. What did I say about the power? You're an old soul. Pay attention. You have power beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Mercury is going into Aquarius. That's why I said I don't want that energy on my page. I've never had a bad first date, so I don't need to put that energy. I never had a bad date. It might have been like something I don't like about them or something, but to the point of where that happened, I've never had that happen, ever. Then you got the pronghorn, action. Now it's time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. That is literally the second card of confidence. People are insecure. They don't trust themselves. They don't love themselves. It says your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. What did I say about that's the goal? Come on. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. What did I say about that wit word? The word I kept hearing was wit. Clever. And partnerships. The people. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident. Is that confident 3 times? Is that confident 3 times? I think so. I think that's confident 3 times. Yeah. Feel confident about being you. You're a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. Let your community nourish and protect you. The fact that my partner got on the phone and called me was a sense of like protecting my energy of like, yo, like don't trip. You know what I'm saying? Like having somebody on the phone that can like vouch for me, because clearly this man right here is about to try to manipulate this entire situation of what really happened. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Like I really, and it's crazy because I asked him, I was like, what made you call me? Because we was texting, I didn't text back, like, because I had got busy. And he was like, I don't know. He was like, you ain't text me back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, maybe she busy, but I'm gonna just take the chance and just call her. And he literally called me as shit was getting real bad. It was crazy. The wolf, the pathfinder. Release your past, start a new journey. You are a teacher and to help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. Confidence. Perseverance is a synonym of confidence because you have to have confidence to persevere. You have a love that endures. Love, the heart. All right. I just want to say this message because I just need y'all to be aware. People really are like, they're powerless. Seriously. And you can tell. They're having to really, is it not exalt? They're trying to exert. They're trying to force. A lot of people are forcing power. They're trying to force their power because of how weak they feel. Their ego gets bruised very easily. Their ego gets bruised very easily. Heart. Leading with the heart. People that have bruised egos, people that have closed off hearts, lack of confidence, they don't lead with their heart, they lead with their mind. Run, Forrest, run. The way God is telling you to, as soon as you hear, it's funny, as at the beginning of the thing, the crow was crowing or cawing. At the very moment you hear that crow, leave. That's 2 cards of somebody walking away. Get away. The crow, as I just said, get away. Because the moon is shedding a light on the things that are hidden. Your intuition, I told y'all, remember I told y'all how God, look at the 8 of Cups, again, walking away. That's literally 1, 2, 3, 4 cards of walking away. Remember I told y'all that God is trying to keep people that have the 3 of Hearts, that their heart is broken, whether you know it or not. He's trying to keep you away from it. Because they need to be in this. That's my biggest advice of how you're going to be able to survive this. Look at your 8th house. Look at your 8th house. Pisces season is going to be about Pisces season is going to be about the 3rd, the 7th, and the 9th. I just heard all 4 corners. Pisces season has all 4 corners. Something about all 4 corners. A lot of numbers you're going to see in Pisces season is 444. And pay attention to the situation that you're in or why you feel that way. Some of it is just so you know that you are protected. Some of it is guidance, and some of it is but all of it is going to be something. It's going to be based off an angelic message. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. Hold on. Yep. The 3rd, the 7th. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. The 3rd, the 7th, the 9th, and the 12th. It's not. I'm sorry. I heard 4, but that's not. It's only the impulse, the thinking, and the being. The part that's going to be missing in Pisces season is the environment mastery, action, reaction, mechanism, conditioning, and the instincts. You know why it's going to be missing? Because of the fact of Pisces energy is going to be in Sagittarius of energy. Of fire, of action. So even though you're going to be moving off instinct, something about it's not. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I explain this right, so I'm saying it right, because it says the action reaction mechanism and the conditioning and the instincts. And, that's the Leo, the Leo, the Cancer, and the Virgo. But see, something about, and this is the unconscious you, okay? Something about that, the instinct energy, because God says you're not moving off instinct, you're moving off wisdom. And wisdom comes from accountability. So, like, you don't really need to move off instinct. You actually now can move off impulse. Oh, I don't want to say it like that to make it seem like that. Like, basically what I'm saying is you're not going to be in an energy of, well, those that understand what I'm saying is you're not going to be in a, like, well, he did this because I did this. It's going to be in like I felt this, so I did this. Like, I felt the energy was off, so I left. It's not going to be like oh, well, he tried to steal, so then I left. Like, something about it. It's not like a tick for tack. It's more like a feeling for that. Like, I don't know. Just be aware of that, because that's something that's coming up. Because literally, as I said, the lead with the heart, the Knight of Swords, get the fuck up out of there. Knight of Pentacles, walking away from something. The Seven of Swords, the crow calling to get out. The Eight of Cups, like, this is 4 cards. And once again, about the 4 of getting the fuck up out of there. You know what's so crazy? The only thing that's missing out of these, because this is a sword, this is a sword, this is a cup, this is a pentacle. The one thing that's missing out of it is the wand, which is fire energy. But I love this because in the Lover's card, she has the Sagittarius on her fucking arm. And the Sagittarius is on the female part of the action. I'm trying to tell you, you feel it and you get the fuck up out of there. That's going to be with everything. That's going to be with everything. Mind, body, and soul. You feel it, you get the fuck up out of there. Because it's just no more like... Because the environment mastery has to do with the collective. The only part of the collective that we're focusing on is the self-assertion, the hereditary abilities, the constitution, and the impulse. I told y'all the first 6 are all spiritual, right? And it's all about the self. So you have self-awareness, you have self-assertion, self-awareness, which gives you the environment recognition. You don't need to master, and you don't, God keeps saying, you don't need to master every environment. You don't need to master every environment. You don't need to master every environment. I don't know why I heard that, but you don't need to master every environment. You need to get the fuck up out of there. It makes me think of that TikTok when he was like, you got the first nigga you see and you beat the fuck out that nigga. Some shit like that. Like, it was like it's an impulse thing. All right, let's get a Bible verse. What is this from? Receiving God's love. Christ through my faith dwells in my heart. I am rooted deep in love and founded securely on love. I have the power and the strength to apprehend and grasp with all the saints, God's devoted people, the experience of that love. What is the breadth and length and the height and the depth of it? I have come to know practically through the experience of myself the love of Christ, which far surpasses merged knowledge without experience. I am filled through my whole being onto all the fullness of God. I have the richest measure of the divine presence, and I have become a bodily holy field of flooded with God himself. Ephesians, I don't know if I'm saying that right, 3:17-19. Let's get another one. It's the fact that the love, come on. I do not merely listen to the word, but so deceive myself. I do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like a man who looks at his face in a mirror, and after looking at himself, he goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But the man who looks intentionally into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues to do this, not forgetting what he has heard, but doing it, he will be blessed in what he does. James 1:22-25. And this is the chapter on hearing from God. So not only did we just touch on the love, we also touched on the hearing. Okay. And they both were from God. So if you heard it from God, what do you need instinct for? You've received wisdom. Get the fuck up out of there. And it said that in it said when Mercury goes into Aquarius, because I told you Aquarius had to work on spiritual esteem. Come on now, this is fucking crazy. It says, no idea is too bizarre right now. Though it may raise a few eyebrows, don't be afraid to change your mind over the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Thank you for tuning into my OG Talk. Love y'all. Bye.